People often say to me that to change a culture in a business is near and impossible, if not takes forever, and it's hard work. And yes, it is, but it doesn't have to be as daunting as what you think it is. I mean, what is culture? Break down what is culture to begin with. I mean, when we walk into a building or an office or someone's home, we're walking into that culture. Yet we don't get given a manual on how we're supposed to behave and how we're supposed to act and what we should and shouldn't say. We just feel what we know is right and what is wrong. We don't get given an agreement that we have to uphold to be in that situation or to be in that building or that home. We just know what we can and can't get away with and what we should and shouldn't do. And it's the same within cultures, within businesses as well. You know, if we're looking at thousands and thousands of people, yes, it's going to take time to change that culture. But if you're looking to change the whole culture at once, whereas if we break that down and look at what does that cultural change is, what is that end goal of what we want, and what does that actually look like within departments, and how can we encourage that within departments, within teams. And when you start breaking things down into small chunks like this, all of a sudden it becomes manageable. Because the intention's the same, the culture's the same, but what we're doing is we're making it contextual to those departments, to those teams, so they can actually really pick it up and run with it. So if you know when you walk into a business or into a new company and start working with them, you get a feel of what their company's about, what you can and can't get away with, you know, what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And it's just a matter of making those little changes within your team and just taking one step at a time, making that pathway of what that actually looks like, and making processes and events and things. You know, people sort of say to me, you know, how can you do a, you know, how can we instigate, you know, like eating healthily into a cultural change? And I'm like, well, why don't you do it as a thing that you do at the end of every month? Everyone gets to bring a dish in, and you have an hour's lunch break together as a community to support one another and to get to have conversations that aren't work related and to get to know one another at a deeper level, which is just going to support your culture within your business and your organization. So there's little things that you can do to create big change, but make it contextual to each department, guys. Don't just keep running off into this big vision and expect everyone to take it up and to run with it, because a lot of the breakdown that I see again and again is when it's not contextualized of what that actually looks like within their department and within their team. So it's just something I want you guys to have a think about of how can you make your cultural change that you want to achieve. What does that look like per department? And what is that bite-sized piece that you can give them that's contextual to get them closer to that bigger cultural change that you're wanting? Let me know in the comments, and if you've got any questions, as always, pop them down. I'm always willing to help where I can. Take care.